Hey guys, it's me Amanda, also known as Amateurs, and today we are doing a mental health video. I'm going to be doing quite a few mental health videos, well 3 to be exact, within this day, so I might look similar to other videos that will be posted out eventually. But I wanted to get this video started and up and ready for you guys. A couple of things before we get started. I have my puppy walking around in the room, so if you hear noises, forgive me. She's young and she's rambunctious. I didn't want to put her in a cage because I didn't want her barking throughout the video. So if you see any skips, it's probably me trying to capture her from doing something she's not supposed to be doing. Anyhow, today we are talking about schizophrenic mannerisms, or schizophrenic quirks, or tics, things that you may notice that people with mental health or schizophrenia might be showing physically. I wrote down notes, a lot of notes. I'm going to be reading off from them so that I am not getting the information incorrect. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Amanda, as you've heard from the beginning of this video. I've been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder type depressed and with BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. And I have made mental health videos before. I have a mental health video playlist. If you want to go check that out, go on ahead. There's a whole bunch of videos in it talking about schizophrenia, my experiences. I am not a doctor, so don't take my word on everything. This is just experiences and some research I've done personally myself. Have you ever noticed a schizophrenic, if you know one, smack their lips? They start chewing on their mouth, like inside of their mouths. I do that also. Clap their hands together like this, or rub their hands. That just is a few mannerisms schizophrenics do when, when they're on antipsychotics. Let me just read off some of the listing I have for it. Some of these mannerisms can be more serious depending on the antipsychotic. Here are some mannerisms with serious names attached to them. I might butcher these words, so forgive me now. I'll try my best. Parkinsonism, where neuromuscular side effects are similar to the effects of Parkinson's disease. This is due to the loss of dopamine. Oh, I was supposed to read you descriptions. I wrote down read descriptions, so that means I took a picture of the descriptions. I took a picture of the symptoms so you can have an understanding what this Parkinsonism would appear as. Your muscles become stiff and weak. You find it more difficult to make facial expressions. Certain small movements feel difficult, such as writing or picking up objects with your hands. You develop a small tremor, shaking, especially in your hands. Your fingers move as if you're rolling small objects between them. When walking, you lean forward, take small steps, and find it difficult to start and stop. Your mouth hangs open and you dribble. That's just some of the Parkinsonism type of side effect. There's 3 other ones. One is called Akathisia. This is going to be really pronounced wrong. Akathisia. It's restlessness, a feeling of restlessness that affects your body and emotions. You feel intensely restless and unable to sit still. Rock from foot to foot, shuffle your legs, cross and swing your legs repeatedly, or continuously pace up and down. Feel emotionally tense and uneasy. Sometimes I get intensely restless, and so I start doing this, or I start clapping like this. It's just something I do out of nowhere and I can't control it. I tried to control it, especially in public areas. It's very difficult to control. You just feel the urge to do it and it's like, ugh. So I do get restless. I do pace a lot, especially when I get nervous. I notice I pace a lot, so it might not be from the antipsychotics that I do that. But I do smack my lips and I do chew on my mouth, the inside of my mouth. Now for the next one. This is another one I might mispronounce. Tardive dyskinesia. Causes uncontrolled face muscle movements. It doesn't say that I wrote anything down for this one. But the last one is perial tremor, which causes chewing, lip smacking, tongue protrusion, facial grimacing, grunting, and rapid eye blinking. I only noticed that I rapidly eye blink when I think about rapidly eye blinking. Have you ever done it? You just thought about, man, people blink their eyes a lot, and then you just start doing it often? What else? Just so you guys know what medication I am on, antipsychotics, I am on Abilify. Abilify is not that, at least the milligrams that I'm on, which is really low, doesn't have that many side effects except for weight gain and some mannerisms I noticed. But I could also be getting mannerisms from Wellbutrin that I'm on. I don't know if that's an actual cause of weird mannerisms, because antipsychotics is the only one I was looking up. A lot of older medications, antipsychotics from the 1950s, cause some serious side effects and mannerisms. The Parkinsonism one being really high up there, and there's other ones. I wrote it down. I don't know if you want me to read it. I don't know how to pronounce any of these. Chlorpromazine and haloperidol. I'll write them down here. I will most likely mispronounce them. Forgive me. These are usually primarily used in the 1950s, have horrible side effects. The first is called extrapyramidal symptom, which cause a drug-induced movement disorder. Some lose the ability to control their movement, resulting in muscle stiffness, Parkinson's-like movements, and involuntary stiffening of the muscles. One of the most famous side effects is the movement disorder called tardive dyskinesia. It causes uncontrolled writhing movements of the lips, tongue, jaw, and face. Once these side effects start, they may never go away, even when taken off medication. I'm sorry I butchered that a little bit. I'm not good at reading things out loud. Because I have a stutter issue when I read. So please forgive me if that's the case. There is another sign of weird mannerisms you might get if you have, I'm going to butcher this word also, Catatonic schizophrenia. I used to say this word all the time, and now I can't seem to say it properly. I'm sorry. You'll have sudden, limited, and unusual movements, and I wrote down or took pictures of more. People with catatonic schizophrenia may make odd gestures or movements, hold their limbs in uncomfortable positions for a long time, such as posturing, stay locked in an awkward position and resist attempts to move them, such as waxy flexibility, mimic someone else's movements, such as echopraxia, mimic someone else's speech, such as echolalia, repeat senseless gestures like rocking, shrugging, and waving, such as stereotypy, and contort their face into a grimace. Some of these words I just can't pronounce. I don't know what's with me. So you might experience, if you're schizophrenic, these mannerisms. If you're on certain antipsychotics, most likely any of them, you might experience it. You might. And if you have catatonic schizophrenia, which I had signs of showing that type of schizophrenia, there used to be subtypes of schizophrenia like catatonic, paranoid, disorganized, just to name a few. But I heard, I could be very wrong on this when I say this, that they stopped using the subtypes because sometimes people just have a mash of a lot of them put together, and it just made it hard to diagnose which one particular you have. For example, like that's why I'm schizoaffective, because I'm also a depressed type. But I also suffered signs of paranoid schizophrenia, disorganized schizophrenia, catatonic schizophrenia, and there was another one. I don't remember. There was 5, I think. I don't remember the last 2. So don't think that it's odd whatsoever if you start having weird mannerisms when you're on antipsychotics. It's normal. And don't make fun of anyone who's schizophrenic and who shows these weird mannerisms. That's just mean. And I know it may be odd if you start showing these mannerisms and you're kind of freaking out because it's almost uncontrolled and people might point out that you're doing these things. Just remember that you're taking care of yourself in the best way you can, and that's all that you can do for yourself, unfortunately. Antipsychotics are something you kind of need if you're schizophrenic, so There's nothing much you can do. But don't worry about it. I mean, I do these mannerisms all the time. I smack my lips a lot, and it bothers my friends a whole bunch because they're like, can you stop that? And I chew my lip, my inside of my mouth a lot, but I usually do that when I'm nervous. And I definitely clap. I just clap a lot. And it comes out of nowhere, and it really, like, alerts Zach because it's really out of nowhere. And then I do this, which is, I thought was because I had an overextent of energy in me, but it's really just from the antipsychotics. So yeah, so I hope that that helped with anything that you might want to know about mannerisms of schizophrenics or tics or quirks. Just know that it's just something that happens, and don't make fun of anyone who goes through it. It's not nice. And I hope this has helped you in some way, and I hope you enjoyed this mental health video. I'm sorry I have not been making them lately. And I'm sorry for any skips you see in this video because my puppy is just rambunctious. And there's noises upstairs too, so I'm sorry for that. And my phone went off also during this video, so. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be posting 2 more mental health related videos after this.